We're back.
Don't you love footy?
Sit back and enjoy it. Here we go again.
Let's get it on.
Ready to go. The footy is here.
Tedesco on the inside.
Top of bound excitement.
I love speed.
For the win. He got it.
Yes, he's quite an entertainer off the field.
Here they come. Oh, they're going to score here.
Man.
Oh,
Oh, that's the funniest thing I've seen all year.
Crazy game.
G'day, welcome to Freddy the Eighth, back at the farm on another beautiful midweek morning. Brad Fittler, Andrew Johns, g'day.
Morning.
Morning,
Morning, James.
You well?
Final time at Waco.
Yeah.
My little colt's just sitting up there patiently. Have we right, little minions?
Freddy. Evie's here, ready to go. Birds are chirping, sun's shining, footy's going to be back. I'm excited. We're a week away from it all getting underway, but the big news has nothing to do with the NRL, more the Super League. Joey, Greg Inglis.
Yeah.
He's going to go to your old club, Warrington.
Huge news. And I understand he was looking to play local league up in Maxville, where he was from. And then all of a sudden it's came up. I actually had a conversation with their owner, Simon Moran, who owns Warrington, great fella, about a month ago about it. I said, well, if he's fit, he gets over there and we can mentor. So they've got some really good young centres. They've got an outstanding fullback, young guy of Ashton. They've got big raps on. So he's looking to play, but also mentor these players. If they get him half fit, he'll go well over there.
Come from nowhere, it seems, this story, Brad.
Well, I only found out when I read this. I haven't been watching the news lately, obviously, but the last couple of months, even what he's been doing at South will be great. He's obviously been hanging around Wayne. There's always footage of Wayne and him having a chat. Just like you're talking about, if he's going to be a bit of a mentor, and some of, the stuff he would have got off Wayne would be invaluable. So it'd be just great to see him play again. I was really surprised actually when he retired. I honestly thought he went too early. He's going through a bad stage with his knees and fitness and stuff, but I think it'd be fantastic to see him play again.
Today in the UK, you'll understand this, people understand, I don't know what it means. The second most popular trending on Twitter, is that right? Mm-hmm. Is GI going to Warrington.
Really?
Which is huge. Absolutely huge.
It's a big
yarn. Great publicity for Super League, great publicity for the Warrington Wolves.
Tell us about Warrington, Joey. How will GI fit in there? What's the area like? How much do they love their footy?
Well, it's up north. It's a working class area. Some really nice pockets. It sits in between Manchester and Liverpool. Yep. So you're close to those sort of big cities. It's a rugby league mad town. Absolutely love their rugby league. They've got a great stadium there, fits about 15,000 people. And their owner, Simon Moran, is so ambitious. He wants their club to be one of the biggest in the world. Stephen Price, who played and coached at the Dragons, he's coaching them. Had great success the last 10 years, won Challenge Cups, Premierships. It's a great coup for Super League, great coup for Warrington.
Biggest challenge, I guess, is fitting in there, acclimatising to a new world for GI, isn't it, Brad? That seems to be the toughest component with a lot of Aussie players that do go over there. He's got maturity, he's got age.
Some are there.
I think it'd be just a matter of being fit.
Yep.
I think obviously around his knees are pretty old, so it's around training around his knees, and Greg find a bit of discipline, and if he gets fit, he'll kill it. He'll be a star.
It's going to be strange watching highlights of him from over here, and him not being here.
I'd love to see him have some big moments, get that big fend out, and over there, the crowd. My first game there, I think there's 15,000 there. It sounded like 100,000. Mad, the Pommies, absolutely mad.
He'll kill it. Be unreal. Good
Go
on
GI. All right, let's get into. You've got your paddles, your paddles.
This early?
Yeah, we're going hard early. I've got 6 questions I'm going to ask. All right, time for we've given a to GI, but here's my list of issues that we've got to go through. Got half a dozen quick rapid fire questions. Are you happy with the decision on one ref? We'll get to the debate around it shortly. You happy with one ref, Brad? Ooh.
You're saying 2.
Not necessarily 2.
Okay.
We need someone around the rock.
All right, back there shortly. Should we reduce the interchange? What's the ideal number?
6 to start with.
Yep.
To start. and then get down to 4.
All right, back onto the refs. Is the 6 again rule a good move? Okay, should we drop to 12 men per side for 80 minutes rather than 13? Nah, yeah, nah. Yeah, all right.
Well, my number's 11.
Okay.
Get rid of the wingers.
Could we introduce a power play? Got it in one-day cricket? Nah, gone. And finally, to reduce the use of the bunker, should teams have 2 challenges each and the referee 1 wild card challenge?
I like it.
Okay, split there as well.
Just 1.
Yep.
Teams get 1. And if they bugger it up, it's their fault, not the refs.
Well, the NRL referees have an association, so I think there's about 20 or 22 referees that are part of that association. That's the one that's dealing with Peter V'landys at the moment. They're also the next rung of referees that do all the other competitions, which aren't part of that association. So they're not holding the game to ransom.
For the good of the game, Joe, who should blink first? And Peter V'landys and just go, all right, let's just go back to 2 refs? Or
No,
should the refs
he
just
won't
say,
blink.
game
There's
on?
no
Yeah.
way in the world he'll go back. And I think he's listened to what the fans want. I think some experienced and well-respected people within the game. He's trying to eradicate the wrestling, which was brought on by clubs and coaches. He's just trying to make it more entertaining. I still think it's going to be hard to have 1 referee. I'd like the pocket referee to stay maybe for a while, but with no whistle, and just control the ruck.
Do you reckon we've seen Joey's spiritual animal behind?
Evie chasing a tail, going around in circles.
She hasn't been too bad lately. That Ritalin I've been taking in isolation. Look, I'm actually even sitting still.
It's all about listening to what the fans apparently want. Could it have been done better, this whole process?
How do you do it better?
Yeah.
You know, like at times you can only deal with so much at one time.
Yep.
And then when you deal with that, that's only then can you make other decisions and go and talk to other people. The fact is the referees want to hold the game up because the referees feel that they need 2 referees. Considering the whole process of referees, they start as a 1 referee, and right up until they get to NRL, they only then get to 2 referees. And mind you, like 10 years ago, there was only 1 referee. And in international games, there's 1 referee. And in Super League in England, there's 1 referee. Like, it's just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. So there's no way in the world Peter V'landys will take a backward step here. I can't imagine the referees have anything to legally...
Because I thought it was all about money. I thought it was looking to go to court about the money. It's nothing to do with money. It's about the 2 referees.
Mate, they'll do a great job. It'd be interesting to actually ask the referees themselves how many of them are going to sacrifice their opportunity to be a referee as of next week for the sake of having 2 referees. I just think all of them would say no way. So it'd be interesting, you know, if you got them one-on-one, got them aside and had time with each referee, what their actual opinion would be.
All right, a week out, see how it all unfolds between now and May 28 and the season getting underway. The Warriors, they're out here, they've done the game a favour, Joey. Should they be able to borrow players from other clubs?
Definitely.
If need be?
Without a doubt. And each club, they're lower grades. So they've got 17 odd players, 18 players on game day. They should pool each club 2 or 3 players who could go and loan out to the Warriors, definitely. And I think clubs, I think individuals, players would love to get a shot, be playing, because the other guys, they're training but they're not playing. So
someone told me Gal.
Yep.
Gal. Cha-ching.
Sammy Thaida's thrown his hand up as well. Even Billy Slater said the other day, come back.
Will Billy be fit enough? Gal will be fit enough. Sam? Not sure.
I saw Sam the other day, he's cut all his hair off. Looks good.
Yeah, so
Suits him.
sharp.
See, ISO does weird things to people. Where can they get their players from if not from other NRL clubs? I mean, there's no lower grades playing at the moment. Should they,
1 or 2, 3 players from each club, their best young players, they're there, they're in a pool, there might be 30 players in there, and the Warriors can pick a couple of players whenever they need them.
You can't get other players from anywhere else. There's blokes here who are part of top squads top 30 squads, and mightn't get a game, or at the end of that, this could be
have a
an
look at
opportunity.
that. There's 30-odd players in the full-time squad. Is it 30 or 32?
I think they carry 30 with this new rule, don't they, and 20 staff.
So if you put 10 from each club, there's 150 players in a pool where they can pick a winger, they might pick a back rower, they might dummy half, so it's a no-brainer. And for the Warriors, once again, if you've got a bit of spare cash, go out and buy a membership for the Warriors. Go and support them.
Get on board. Well, look, since we last spoke, fellas, we've actually got fixtures for rounds 3 and 4. The Eels, the Broncos to kick it all off. Thursday night, May 28. You'll see it on 9 and all the focus on the Eels, the Bronx, in particular, the number 6 and 7 for the Parramatta side.
And now Moses is away.
Here is Brown spinning.
Mitchell Moses does it on his own. There goes the kid, Dylan Brown. Moses, he's on his way for another one. He loves scoring tries. Brown puts it up to Milf. Oh! He's come down with the ball, the young fella. Moses sends it out to Dylan Brown. The speed of Mitch Moses. Dylan Brown.
This young man is some player.
Mitch Moses and Dylan Brown, looking forward to seeing these two back out in the paddock together. Thursday night footy. Brad, Joey, Andrew, you've been doing a lot of work with these two. Are they maturing as a halves combination? You liking what you're seeing from them?
Definitely. The potential of Dylan Brown is endless. He's a pretty special young player. And Mitchell Moses, I see him as a rep player. Definitely, he's coming into that real sweet spot of his career. What would Mitchell be in his mid-20s?
25, you reckon?
What is the age for a half to really know his game?
26 to 30.
Yep.
Then you get to 30 and the body breaks down. But everything you've learned over the years, and you have light bulb moments, and sometimes you're out there playing and you go, that's what Gus was telling me, 3 years ago in Origin. Watch out for that. So he's coming to the sweet spot part of his career, and it's a really good combination. Big thing with Dylan, he's got to find his voice. He's got to have that dominant voice. And when you got that dominant voice, the players around you become more comfortable. So he needs to strike up his combinations with his back row and the fullback, but have that dominant voice. But they're on the way up, both those players.
This match is at Suncorp, where the Broncos and the Titans will be playing their matches for the first couple of months of the resumed season, Brad. Is that an advantage for Brisbane in the season itself? And I guess Parramatta, on the other hand, when they're hosting games, they'll get to be at Bankwest Stadium as well?
Well, apart from the travel, there's no crowd. So,
so
the crowd's normally the part that brings you an advantage. Obviously, you get accustomed to the sheds, and but Suncorp Stadium is one of the best stadiums in the world. So everyone loves playing there. So I don't think they get much of an advantage, and I don't think Parramatta will out of Bankwest at the end of the COVID-19 Rugby League season. Everyone's going to be playing at Bankwest, so whatever advantage they've had in the past, they'll lose in the future.
No Jack Bird for the Bronx. Jermaine Asako, fullback, matches up against Clint Gutho for this one.
He's a good player, Jermaine. I've always liked Jermaine.
As a fullback?
Yeah, he's good. He's calm under pressure. He's just got that. You got all those other ones like Brody Croft and Milford. They're live-wise, they're on the ball, and he's pretty cruisy, Jermaine. So I don't mind that little combination of the three of them. And it'd be interesting watching him sweep around. I think he had a bit of luck against North Queensland. He's done some good things.
Geez, that feels like a long time ago, thinking about that match.
Problem is with fullbacks, as soon as we talk fullbacks, we compare him to Slater, Tedesco, and Tom Trbojevic. It's pretty hard.
It's a combo he gets with them two. And like at the moment, in the first couple of games, they look like they struck it up pretty well. Brisbane.
Geez, that Flegler, he's a good player, and the other young front rower.
Well, they had the kid come off the bench.
Well, Seabold's been talking about with the depth he's got, he wants to have almost a rotation system. He's been looking at European rugby, European soccer, and sort of going.
Oh no!
He's not
Please
gonna have
don't
the
talk
same
about
team.
rotation,
Yeah.
mate.
Seriously.
You play 3 times a week if you could.
Yep.
No rotations, please. Remember, it tore the heart out of the Australian cricket team.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, still does now. Like,
Yeah. Don't let sports science rule the footy club. They're footy players, let them play.
no rotations.
That's the rivalry on Thursday night, blockbuster Friday night. The old rivals, the Roosters and the Rabbitohs.
The Roosters have scored another one.
Rugby League, South Sydney.
Finally, it's here, Rabbitohs Roosters. There's been a few things other than footy on the minds this house.
Some distractions there, isn't there? That was a good thing that Wayne Bennett's the coach. He has a great ability to put all that aside and he'll put the best team out. It's a good chance he'll have a good idea. He's been James Roberts' coach for a while now, coached him up in Brisbane as well, so he'll have a good idea what he's like when he comes out of rehab. So I think the team they put out against the Roosters will be a good team.
How do you expect them to handle it, Joey, over the next week, the Rabbitohs?
I think they'll struggle. I think they'll struggle in the first game, especially with the Roosters. You've heard no noise coming out of the Roosters. I think it's one club that's benefited from the break, it'd be the Roosters. With Boyd Cordner ready to play with that, sort of had that knee problem. So they'll be full strength. And with all the dramas at South, you know, whether the Jet plays, Cody, it looks like he won't be playing, so then extra pressure goes on Adam Reynolds. And
What's
then
the mail there?
I don't know.
Has anyone got any mail with what's happening with Cody?
No, but well, the talk is it could be a couple of games.
And whether Latrell plays full-back, you know, the Roosters will just sit on him, putting so much pressure on him. So I think the Roosters will be incredibly hard to beat.
Well, these other headlines have taken Latrell out of the limelight, at least for a bit. I guess that's one silver lining to it all, Brad.
Well, the fact was Latrell got to training. I think the moment he went back to training, he got out of the headlines. So obviously he's doing the right thing. And when you see photos, he's working hard. So that's what gets you out of the headlines. I think some of the other situations going on there, I think they'll play themselves out. But once again, I think Wayne will be the key there. He's got a lot of experience, and I think if anything, all the players feel his support. So if they do come back, then they always play hard for their coach.
You agree with Joey? The silence almost deafening coming out of the Roosters.
It's too good.
Yep.
He's just done a great job. But there's a little bit of pressure there. They've lost their first two games, so there was early talk about the Roosters wanting their points and that, but you can see Robbo's they would have worked hard when they could, and even when they were isolating, their players would have been well informed and known exactly what's required of them, so you can expect a pretty good game first up.
Yeah. You got Cooper there at training too, helping them organise things as well, Joey.
Yeah, it's interesting with Kyle Flanagan, how he's going to perform there. The best thing about Kyle is he doesn't have to carry the team because he's got so much class players around him. He just has to organise and kick.
Josh Morris is going to work a treat.
Josh Morris on the...
Josh being experienced will just slot in with Keary.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that came out of the World Club Challenge is the combo between Manu and Kyle Flanagan. So once that whole thing just, mends together, they'll have strike on both sides and they'll be hard to beat. If they win the first game, and this is something, because of the draw, the way they've done the first round, the top 6 teams play each other. If you win your first game, you're 2 points out of the 4. So that's it. It's like you're back. The fact there's only 3 teams that can be on 6 points at the end of round 3. So it gives every chance a great opportunity.
It's nice to actually talk some footy. We'll be back in the studio next week for our big preview of round 3. Looking forward to it. But one thing's for sure, the last couple of months have been bloody weird.
Players borrowing whatever they can while the season 2020 is in limbo.
Todd Greenberg's reign is over.
Fans of one referee.
I'm not sort of adverse to one or two.
Brad Fittler, I've got one word for you. Queenslander.
Oh yes, you will never forget. What have you missed most about the footy though, Brad?
Well, other than working with the great one and the people at Channel 9, which I love their company, and going to the footy, I miss my Saturdays. I used to love, just knowing I've got a couple of games to watch, and then I'm thinking about the next day with the footy show and then the Sunday game, and just watching the footy. I really enjoyed adapting to no crowds. The first couple of games were hard, and then by the end I enjoyed the sounds and some of the other parts of watching the footy on telly without crowds. So Yeah, I miss it a lot.
Bit of structure.
Routine.
Routine.
I never thought I'd say this, but my weekends have been boring. I just want the footy back on. And to go to the other room, lock the door, put the footy on Saturday and watch 3 games.
Yep.
And then people come into your room, start talking, and you just nod your head and you're just not even listening. Yeah, I'll do that, yeah.
I like saying that. I like watching footy and people ask you to do something, I say, well, I'm working.
Yeah. Also, not have to shave.
That's true.
I hate shaving.
Well, you go to see some people
Beard
go.
up.
Just manicure it.
No. I don't think that. We're not on the ABC. You can't do that. Beards are cool, the ABC.
That's a whole other debate, that one.
And I don't live in the inner west.
Now, coronavirus, horrible thing. Obviously lives lost, jobs lost, and it's thrown the world into chaos. Is there a silver lining you guys have been able to find out of the situation, though? Is it something that we've learnt from it all? Is get philosophical of humankind?
And what was Winston Churchill's quote? Out of chaos, you got to learn something or something or other.
Well, I've found just time with the family's been fantastic. I've got space, obviously, where I live, so I don't know if I'd be thinking the same if I lived in a unit in the middle of London or New York.
Yeah.
You're on the coast, don't you whinge, but I've had an incredible time. It's been awesome, just sitting back with the family, and there hasn't been much stress. Obviously, there's a lot of stress around finances for different people, so.
From a footy point of view, I think it's shown some dramas, the spending in the NRL, the restructuring, the way Peter V'landys has come in and pretty much revolutionised everything in there at the NRL. And also at Clubland. I think in Clubland there's been overspending, over-coaching, too many voices in there, so they're going to have to pull it all back. And I think clubs and the NRL's learned a lot about spending and saving and this sort of thing.
We've been pretty damn lucky here in Australia compared to other parts. Now, we've had the series going all year, our top 5. We did 5/8 last week, so Brad, we're starting with you this week because we're going to halfbacks. And I'm expecting the bloke next to you features somewhere in your top 5.
Yeah, John's would be there. So, am I doing it 5 to 1?
Yep, you are.
I've got to do 5 to 1.
Yep.
All right.
You'd think it was the first time we've done this. This is brilliant.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll go back to so Alfie and Ricky Stewart. They were there when I first started playing rep footy. They were the ones that were fighting over the halfback. So Alfie and Ricky Stewart, they both brought something different to the game. Ricky's obviously had a great pass and a kick, and Alfie just ran. It was so hard to defend it when he was playing for Brisbane. And then I'd go to Cooper Cronk. Cooper Cronk, I think, sort of revolutionised that not every halfback has to be a certain type of player. He's someone that mostly wasn't as traditional a halfback as others, but showed just how to win and through process and driving and getting the most out of yourself. He'd done some incredible things on the footy field. And then Greg Alexander was my first halfback. He was unbelievable. He showed me what their job was. He ran the team, and he also had just this speed and he had a style about him.
The way he used to skip across field. Yeah. So he would skip from gap to gap, and then yours truly used to punch these holes.
I'd be 25 metres away from Brandy and just see a hole out here, and you just know he was going to get you the ball to that hole, and I'd just run at the hole. It was that easy. Boom. And then Joey, although the thing Joey did, firstly he was more competitive than most probably anyone else, and then the fact with the attack, the kicking and the defence, Joey tackled like a back rower, so I think that's why Joey stands out more than the others, I think.
Just so our online guys don't throw out the clickbait, can you throw Jonathan Thurston into your top 5 somewhere as well?
Do you see JT's a 5'8"?
Because, mate, I'll just get clicking on that.
Oh, sorry.
Freddie leaves out JT.
I had Alfie and...
they're equal 5th.
Alfie and Sticky because they're from the past. Yeah, JT. Oh, well, JT's... He just won.
He's an out-and-out halfback, JT. People see him as a 5'8".
No.
He's a halfback.
He was just a winner. And the thing with JT that I found, he found it with his kicking. Like, he did it in other ways. He could do it with goal kicking. He had more big moments in goal kicking than I reckon I've seen with anyone else. kicking field goals, and then also clutch plays, a couple against in State of Origin where just held his nerve, and instead of throwing the long pass, which is easier to throw, he could draw a short pass, you know, under pressure, just about better than anyone. He had a kick, his 40-metre kick out. Well, I thought it was the best part of his game, nearly, where
Little dart to the corner.
that dart to the corner, mate. He changed so many games with
that high off the ground.
Got one you haven't put in there. Stacey.
Mate, it's too hard. I remember when I had the 5, I had to make it 6 to get Alfie and Stiggy, and I forgot all about JT. That's why. And then what Cooper's done, I think, is that grand final and the winning 2 in a row. And what he does to, I think, other players off the field. JT, I left.
Yeah, mate, I saved you from becoming clickbait. All right, so there you go.
So it
would have been a New South Wales versus Queensland thing, you know. We didn't.
Can you tell I didn't read the rundown when it was sent last night? I've had a lot on this morning. I've had to take my daughter to school again. The school runs back on. God.
Stressful times at Freddy's Farm. All right, Andrew.
Well, my number 5 is Stacey Jones, the great New Zealand player. Now, when he went to France, he lived next door to my great mate Mark Hughes. And Boozy used to tell me that most mornings, the French kids used to run past singing songs on the way to school. Stacey Jones has got a girl's name. He said every morning, never got old, he'd just be giggling. And he said, look over and Stacey would be out there with his no teeth, his little T-Rex arms. I loved playing against Stacey. He was such a good player. Just quick, tough, probably one of the Kiwis' best ever players. 4, I've got Cooper Cronk. As Freddie said, just programmed himself to be a halfback with repetition over and over and over, and had those certain shapes and had everyone around him on board where they had to go to. And it was like mechanical. It was so hard to stop. Ricky Stewart revolutionised the game with his kicking game, his long kicking game, his short kicking game, his passing, and the combination with Laurie and all these players. You go back to the early 90s. That was the best footy I've ever seen. 2, Alfie Langer. Remember Warren Ryan, the great coach, said Alfie struggled to pass the ball, he struggled to kick the ball, but every time he got the ball, I had the heart in his mouth. He was just so hard to stop. And once again, the combination he had with Kevin Walters, but also Karen Walters, revolutionised the way teams played around the ruck with all the little trick shots around the middle of the field. And a great fella off the field, and number 1, JT. I've put JT in.
JT just made mine.
Well, JT's JT.
You rattled me with it actually. When you said top 5, I went, which one?
Anyone who's got a statue must be pretty good. Not a grandstand, but a statue.
Well, let's get that debate going.
I'm not allowed in my grandstand. They don't let me in there. Security guards are.
Oh, too good. All right.
Name's Andrew, not Matthew.
So, it's that time of the show. We're 3 apiece, so the decider is today.
What have we got?
Well, before we do the big reveal of what we got, this is what we've had so far. Call it bulls or bull?
Whatever you
look
want.
At look at the clowns up there. Joey.
Oh, whatever.
Oh,
This is
killing me.
That's it, Joey. It's just. Oh! How did that not go in? Oh, one word. Oh, I was worried then. Oh, yes, I like that coming back too.
Oh, that's a miss. It's got to go in.
You get half a point for a trailer
Oh,
hit.
seriously.
You changed him on the run.
The golden child.
You're getting married, but proposing. Yes.
I've done that a few times.
Machine's just having a little. Here we go. Oh!
I mean, mate, you can't hit the edge.
Half a
It
point.
went straight in.
Freddie's got this.
Roll through. Roll through.
That's it. Brad takes it. It's in the Freddy's Farm antics. Finska, Coits, charades, the bin pass or kick or whatever it was, that went well. The trailer pass or kick, that went real well too. So today, we're deciding it all at Freddy's Farm. We've got a golf cart, we've got a trailer, we've got a llama, and we've got 2 ex-footy players with 2 golf clubs and a bucket of balls up there. First to hit this trailer is the overall winner of the Freddy's Farm Challenge. Bring it on. Joey, first up. What's he got? Oh my God.
It's going to hit you.
Jesus.
That was close.
Freddie, next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brad.
Come left.
Nice shot. His swing's good.
You're going all right. I'm surprised.
Hang on, it's going to go again.
No. No, you're right. You're long, wide.
I would have played golf for 5 years. Oh! Oh, that's in the wood chips.
Hey!
It's like they're aiming for Barack Obama.
Oh, that's in. Fred! Fred! Oh!
They think it's closer than what it was.
Here we go!
Come on. Oh, no!
Hey! The pressure!
Oh. Too big.
That's very long.
Oh,
Man.
You're hitting them well, though.
Okay, here we go.
And
It's over the back
Wow,
fence.
what, he's got the 5-iron out. Don't worry about me, just a ball boy. Picking up Freddie and Joey's small little balls. Coming in. Oh, heads.
oh!
Okay, here we go. This is going in. Oh, that's a chance. Come on! Oh, Freddie.
Nice!
That's good.
Talk to me!
That's good.
Oh, no!
Best of the day. Bruck. No.
Come back!
Hit the buggy.
Well, this one's coming at me.
Careful!
What's the teeth? No, we're good.
Was that long?
Too hard.
Concentrate. Oh, yuck! No!
Worst of the day. Just made the paddock.
There's the last two. Gone left.
Come on.
Go over the back.
That was no good.
Righto, here we go. You've had your medication. Come on, concentrate. Oh, that's a chance. Come on!
Whoa, oh, incoming. Hey, he's got it. Andrew Johns.
Went in.
Landing! Yeah! Yeah! What a great game.
It's been, is that your wedge touching my... we're done.
That's what we're doing, Waco.
The farm antics have come to a close. There was 3 apiece heading into the golf, and the winner of a kilo, it's a kilo's worth of Allen's lollies,
Kilo lolly.
is... Well done, Andrew.
That's all I need, more sugar. In isolation. Thank you.
That's great stuff. And you
What's,
notice we've got the socially distanced triangle going
I
on
got the
here.
black cats.
Got everything.
Best.
Well
You want
done.
one?
Sure. Thanks for having us, Brad.
It's been great.
This has been good fun.
It's been good fun.
fantastic.
Loved every moment of it.
We can't continue this? No.
In studio now.
Black cat.
We might get some challenges going. I think the black cats.
I do love a banana.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
I'll
so,
go to the
they're
strawberry
so
and cream.
good.
Great stuff. Thanks to whoever bought those. Well earned, Andrew. 4-3. What a comeback. Great stuff, gents. That's it.
Does that cancel out that intercept I saw in 2000? That just keeps popping up too. So we ran that intercept to Frenny.
I just love your face every time you see it. Thanks, fellas.
Where's the mouth go?
Let's go.
We'll get that footage up.
Yeah, beautiful.
See ya. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Oh, they are good.